Declare a state of emergency for Osceola County as a continuing step in our action response plan to coronavirus, or COVID-19. Osceola remains with one case confirmed, but given the history of this virus, we know that will change. Please know that the specific location of the case is not important, as the coronavirus knows no boundaries. That is why it is so important for everyone to follow the guidelines from the Florida Department of Health and the CDC. The county's declaration allows us to access resources at the state and federal levels to support our community needs, as well as more quickly gathering needed emergency supplies from vendors as we deal with this ongoing health crisis. Out of an abundance of caution, we also approved the cancellation for tonight's 5:30 County Commission meeting. That gives us time to continue and evaluate the situation before our next scheduled meeting on April 6th and make any necessary arrangements that may be needed to meet in a way that is safe for both our residents and our staff. As hopefully everyone is aware, the Osceola County School District is currently on spring break for this week and will be closed for an additional week until Friday, March 27th. Between Monday, March 23rd and Friday, March 27th, the school district's Nutrition Services Department will provide free breakfast and lunch to children 18 years and under at the following locations: Michigan Avenue Elementary, Lakeview Elementary, Ventura Elementary, then John Middle, Central Avenue Elementary, Osceola High, Kissimmee Middle School, Sunrise Elementary, KOA Elementary, Deerwood Elementary, the Star Motel, and Cameron Preserve. Meals will be available for pickup between 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. at each location. Families could go to the school or site nearest to them to pick up food, even if they do not attend that school. Families will drive up in the bus loops and they will be handed meals through the vehicle window. Students must be accompanied by a parent or adult when they are picking up the meals, and further meals can be provided to children not of school age if they are in the group picking up the food. Our county and other organizations like Disney World Resort is also working closely with food pantries to ensure that those in need have access to those basic needs like food. Also, for those who think they may need rental assistance or other help, they can contact our Human Services Department at 407-742-8400. Again, that is 407-742-8400. As we know, tomorrow is Election Day. Our Supervisor of Elections recommends checking their website, voteosceola.com, for any changes to polling locations. Currently, any voter who is in Precinct 106, Good Samaritan, and is not a resident of the Good Samaritan community will temporarily have a polling location change to Pleasant Hill Elementary School. This change will only apply to this election. All Good Samaritan residents will still vote at their normal polling location inside of Good Samaritan. The Clerk of Courts is following Supreme Court guidelines and suspending civil and jury trials from Monday, March 16th, 2020 through Friday, March 27th, 2020, due to the impact of COVID-19. Jurors that were scheduled to report for those days are considered to have completed their service. Jurors that were selected and returning for service must report as scheduled. Osceola County officials continue to work closely with the Florida Department of Health, the lead agency during this event. For the most current information and resources, please visit their website, floridahealth.gov. They also offer a 24-hour call center at 1-866-779-6121. Again, that's 866-779-6121. We are all part of preventing the spread of COVID-19. You'll hear more about the procedure for testing from our Department of Health representative today. But please know that the best way to find out about testing, if you believe you meet the criteria, is through your health care provider or the health department at the number that I just gave you. Everyone needs to practice personal protective measures and especially social distancing as recommended by the CDC. The CDC now recommends avoiding mass gatherings of more than 50 people. Keep 6 feet of distance between yourself and others in public settings, and avoid any close contact with people who are sick. Wash your hands as often as you can with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched objects and surfaces using a regular household cleaning spray or wipe, and other best practices to avoid the spread of germs. For our older adults and any person with underlying health conditions like asthma, you are particularly at risk of severe illness. You should stay at home as much as possible. Avoid cruise and non-essential air travel, as well as gatherings or other situations of potential exposure, including church attendance and social events with 10 or more people. The Florida Attorney General has activated the price gouging hotline for anyone to report coronavirus-related price gouging. Incidents should be reported to 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. That's 1-866-966-7226, or online by visiting myfloridalegal.com. To assist Osceola County residents regarding concerns about the coronavirus or the COVID-19, Osceola County has created a new webpage that can be found at osceola.org/COVID-19, which includes local updates in addition to resources and updates both from the CDC and the Florida Department of Health. Please know that Osceola County is monitoring the situation, and we will keep the public informed and do updates as needed. We have not currently enacted a curfew. Thank you, and please continue to be safe and considerate of your neighbors during this trying time. I will now pass it over to Mayor Alvarez and Mayor Blackwell of the cities of Kissimmee and St. Cloud, and we will come back with a translation in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking audience. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Jose Alvarez, the mayor of the city of Kissimmee. As of this morning, the city of Kissimmee declared a local state of emergency. This declaration will further assist us in mitigating the novel coronavirus in our community and provides the authority and necessary powers for the city departments to take any appropriate action. In consideration of the new guidance issued yesterday by the CDC, the city is updating its policy and will now cancel or postpone any event occurring on city property or at its venues with an anticipated attendance of more than 50 individuals. We're taking additional steps to implement this new guidance within our city and will be revoking all special event permits that have been issued by the city that exceed the new attendance threshold. Each of our communities is unique and diverse and requires actions and responses that best fit those who we serve. And the city is working to find ways to continue moving normal business and issues that impact our residents forward. At this time, the city will continue with business as normal except for those operations that may be impacted due to the implementation of guidance from the CDC and our local health officials. The city will continue to hold its previously advertised commission meeting tomorrow night. However, social distancing measures will be implemented and items that are ceremonial in nature will be removed from the agenda. We will then continue to monitor our local conditions and make decisions regarding future commission meetings at a later date. Today, I call on the 74,000 residents of the city of Kissimmee to be good neighbors. Take individual responsibility and do your part to follow established guidelines and protocols issued by local health officials to help slow the spread of the virus and help reduce the threat to those in our community who are greatest at risk. And now I'll pass it to Mayor Blackwell.
Good afternoon, Mayor Blackwell from the City of St. Cloud. We just want to assure you that the City of St. Cloud is also following the CDC and health department guidelines for our city. We're working with our public safety and government partners to make sure that we are following appropriate safety measures and addressing the coronavirus. The City of St. Cloud has modified our business behaviors so that we are in line with all of the guidelines that have been set forth. Our government offices and business practices and city events will conform to the latest guidelines from the CDC. Now, you may see some differences between the protocols and the practices between our different government bodies, the City of St. Cloud, Kissimmee, and the county. And that is simply because the city and the county are different in makeup, demographics, and governing charters. However, we want to assure everyone that the City of St. Cloud has your safety as our top priority, and we will do everything within our means to continue to ensure the health and the safety of all our citizens. Again, we also echo the same sentiment. Please continue good hand washing practices. Use good judgment with large gatherings, and if sick, please stay home and limit your interaction with others. Finally, we ask that you continue to get reliable and authoritative information from reliable sources. The Center of Disease Control and the Florida Department of Health, as well as our local government websites, should be your main sources for reliable information. The City of St. Cloud will continue to update our website and social media with the latest and the most accurate information regarding our city. Again, we ask that you be calm, and you will certainly be in our prayers. At this time, I turn it back over to Chairwoman Commissioner Janer.
Thank you. That was quite a mouthful. Buenas tardes. Soy Viviana Janel, presidenta de la Junta de Comisionados del Condado de Osceola. Esta mañana la Junta tuvo una reunión de emergencia donde votamos para declarar un estado de emergencia en el Condado de Osceola como medida de acción. Osceola se mantiene con un solo caso confirmado. Debido a la historial del virus, sabemos que eso puede cambiar en cualquier momento. Por favor, sepan que la localidad específica del caso no es importante, ya que el coronavirus no conoce límites. Por eso es importante que todo el mundo continúe medidas del Departamento de Salud de la Florida y del CDC. La declaración del condado permite tener acceso a recursos a nivel estatal y federal para apoyar a las comunidades en necesidad. Como medida de precaución, también se aprobó cancelar la reunión de comisión del condado de Osceola pautada para esta noche a las 5:30 de la tarde. Esto nos da tiempo para continuar evaluando la situación de nuestra próxima reunión el día 6 de abril y hacer arreglos que pueden necesitarse para reunirnos de forma que sea segura para nuestros residentes y nuestro personal. El distrito escolar del condado de Osceola se encuentra en receso de primavera esta semana y continuará cerrada una semana más hasta el viernes 27 de marzo. Ellos se están preparando para poder alimentar a los estudiantes entre el lunes 23 de marzo y el viernes 27 de marzo. Los servicios de nutrición del distrito escolar proveerá desayuno y almuerzo gratis para menores hasta los 18 años de edad. Las localidades son la Escuela de Elemental Michigan Avenue, la Escuela Elemental Lakeview, la Escuela Elemental Ventura, la Escuela Intermedia Den John o Den John Middle School, la Escuela Elemental Central Avenue, la Escuela Superior Osceola High School, la Escuela Intermedia Kissimmee Middle School, Escuela Elemental Sunrise, la Escuela Elemental KOA, Escuela Elemental Deerwood, el Star Motel y Hamron Preserve. La comida estará disponible para recogerse entre las 9:30 de la mañana y las 11 de la mañana en cada localidad. Las familias pueden ir a la escuela o localidad más cercana para recoger la comida, aunque el estudiante no asiste a esa escuela. Las familias conducirán a la área de los autobuses escolares y se le dará la comida por la ventana del vehículo. Un padre debe acompañar al estudiante cuando vayan a buscar la comida. El condado de Osceola también está trabajando junto a otras organizaciones como Walt Disney World para ayudar a los bancos de comidas, para ayudar a alimentar a las familias en necesidad. Esas familias pueden llamar a nuestros Departamento de Servicios Humanos al 407-742-8400 para más información de los servicios y ayudas disponibles en el condado. Mañana es el día de las elecciones y nuestra supervisión de elecciones recomienda verificar la página web voteosceola.com para cualquier cambio en los centros de votación. Por favor, nota que cualquier elector en el precinto 106, Good Samaritan, y que no sea residente de la comunidad Good Samaritan, tendrá un cambio temporero en su centro de votación. Esos tendrán que ir a la escuela elemental Pleasant Hill o Pleasant Hill Elementary School. Este cambio solo aplica para esta elección. Todos los residentes de la comunidad de Good Samaritan votarán como costumbre en su centro de votación adentro de Good Samaritan. El secretario de las Cortes seguirá las medidas de la Corte Suprema y los jurados no tendrán que reportarse a la Corte desde hoy, el 27 de marzo, hasta finalización de la semana. Oficiales del condado de Osceola continuarán trabajando de cerca con el Departamento de Salud de la Florida, la agencia líder durante este evento, para recibir información actualizada y recursos. Por favor, visita floridahealth.gov o llamar a su línea telefónica las 24 horas al día al 1-866-779-6121. 1-866-779-6121. Todos debemos prevenir la propagación del COVID-19. Más adelante escucharás más sobre el procedimiento de las pruebas por parte de las representantes del Departamento de Salud. Pero por favor sepa que la mejor manera de encontrar más información sobre las pruebas que es cumplir con, y si usted piensa que cumple con los criterios, es a través de su proveedor de salud o el Departamento de Salud. Todos debemos practicar medidas de protección personales, en especial la distancia recomendada por el CDC. El CDC ahora recomienda evitar reuniones en masa con más de 50 personas. También recomiendan mantener 6 pies de distancia entre usted y otras en áreas públicas y evitar contacto directo con personas que están enfermas. Lavarse las manos con jabón y agua por lo menos por 20 segundos y limpiar y desinfectar con frecuencia los objetos que vaya a tocar y las superficies con desinfectante o toallitas de limpieza. Para los adultos de la tercera edad o cualquier persona que tenga condiciones de salud de alto riesgo, debe quedarse en casa. Evite los cruceros y viajes no esenciales, así como reuniones o cualquier otra situación donde está expuesto, incluyendo la asistencia a las iglesias y eventos sociales con más de 10 personas. La Oficina del Fiscal General de la Florida también adquirió la línea telefónica para los casos de especulación de precios. De reportar algo relacionado con el coronavirus, por favor llamar al 1-866-966-7226 o visita la página web myfloridalegal.com. Para asistir a los residentes del condado de Osceola que tengan preguntas sobre el coronavirus, por favor de visitar nuestra página web osceola.org raya COVID-19, que incluye actualizaciones locales, así como recursos y adelantos del CDC y el Departamento de Salud. Ahora les voy a pasar con los alcaldes de las ciudades de Kissimmee y St. Cloud y después escucharemos de nuestras representantes del Departamento de Salud.
Muy buenas tardes, yo soy José Álvarez, el alcalde de la ciudad de Kissimmee. Esta mañana la ciudad de Kissimmee declaró un estado de emergencia local. Esta declaración ayudará a continuar mitigando el novel coronavirus en nuestra comunidad y proveer la autoridad y los poderes necesarios para que los departamentos de la ciudad puedan tomar las acciones apropiadas. De acuerdo a las medidas emitidas por el CDC, el domingo 15 de marzo, la ciudad se encuentra actualizando su póliza y ahora cancelará o pospondrá cualquier evento donde se anticipe una participación de 50 personas o más. Además, estamos tomando pasos adicionales para implementar estas nuevas medidas en la ciudad y estamos revocando donde los permisos de eventos especiales que se habían emitido por la ciudad que sobrepasen el número de participantes. Cada una de nuestras comunidades es única y diversa y requieren acciones y respuestas que mejor sirvan a quienes nosotros atendemos. La ciudad se encuentra trabajando para poder seguir las operaciones y atender cualquier asunto que puedan tener los residentes. En este momento la ciudad continuará sus operaciones regulares, excepto aquellas operaciones que puedan verse impactadas debido a la implementación de las medidas del CDC y los oficiales de salud locales. La ciudad tendrá la reunión de comisión para mañana, martes 17 de marzo a las 6 de la tarde. Sin embargo, se aplicarán medidas de distancia o social distancing a aquellos artículos de naturaleza ceremonial en la agenda de comisión serán removidos. Continuaremos monitoreando las condiciones locales y haremos decisiones sobre futuras reuniones de comisión más adelante. Hoy les hago un llamado a los sobre 74,000 residentes de la ciudad de Kissimmee, que sean buenos vecinos, tomen responsabilidades personales y haga su parte para seguir las medidas establecidas, así como los protocolos emitidos por los oficiales de salud para ayudar a disminuir la propagación del virus y reducir la amenaza para aquellos que están en mayor riesgo. Y ahora le voy a pasar al sheriff del condado de Osceola County.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for coming. Just a couple things. We want everyone to understand that there's no need to panic. And we see that in our grocery stores and in our hardware stores, and some of the shelves are bare. I got to say that this isn't a hurricane that we've gone through. This isn't a tornado or some other catastrophe. This is something that is completely under control. And we haven't lost electricity, we haven't lost fuel, we haven't lost water. Trucks are being filled, trucks are rolling constantly, just as they've always done. There's been no interruption in the supplies coming to any of the stores. And so we just want to say to our neighbors to, practice your courtesy and understand that we're all in this together. Your sheriff's office, the St. Cloud Police Department, the Kissimmee Police Department, the officers that are on the streets are well prepared and ready to answer any calls that come to us. Our communication officers are going to be asking specific questions to see if there was any flu-like symptoms or if they meet any other criteria that we are concerned about with this COVID-19. If you are one of those persons that has a bit of a fever or a dry cough, or you've traveled someplace that has this, we may ask you to come outside to meet with the deputy when they arrive. If you can't do that, deputies may don PPE suits, face mask and footwear, just to enter into your home. So don't be alarmed by that, but we will use universal precautions whenever necessary. And all of our deputies, all of the police officers in our municipalities are well prepared and ready to serve. And we'll be there for you 24/7, just as always. At the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, we now have our online reporting up and running, and that's at www.osceolasheriff.org. So if you want to make a report from home, you certainly can. Go to that website, use your drop-down box, and we can get that report written right in the comfort of your own home. So be happy to answer any questions in just a little bit.
Thank you. And just for our Spanish-speaking audience, I did have a message from Mayor Blackwell from the city of Central de parte del alcalde de la ciudad de Central, que los residentes de la ciudad de Central sepan que ellos están trabajando con todas las autoridades para asegurar el bienestar de sus residentes y que por favor se vayan a su página web cenclau.org para más información. So at this time, I do want to turn it over because I know that there is a statement today from the Department of Health, and I'm sure that we'll have questions answered after this so that you could answer. We can answer as many questions as we could based on the information available. So with that, Bianca?
Good afternoon. Today I just mostly wanted to clarify testing criteria for COVID. So we are testing individuals at the health department and as well as hospital systems and commercial labs. It's very important that people understand that there are certain criteria to be tested. All people need to be symptomatic. You need to be experiencing some symptoms related to either fever, shortness of breath. You need to have that acute lower respiratory illness that's going on. And those people that fall in the categories are persons who've had close contact with a laboratory confirmed COVID case. We need people that are hospitalized with acute respiratory illness and they can't determine what the origin is. Individuals that have had a history of travel to or from an affected area where there's widespread transmission, and understand now that that is not just foreign countries because we're having that within the United States as well, so it's any area. History of international travel or cruise, be 65 and older with a chronic condition, or those that are immunocompromised. So we're looking for people that are symptomatic and fall in one of those 6 categories. That's priority testing for the Department of Health. So other providers within the community that feel like folks don't meet that criteria and they want to use their clinical judgment, we're encouraging those folks to utilize commercial labs for those individuals. So it's really important that people call before they come, either to the healthcare provider or to the health department, to ensure that your provider or the health department is ready to receive you. That protects the healthcare staff at the health department and also the healthcare staff in the local office. So it's very important people call ahead versus just showing up.
Okay, well, that's our update. So right now, what we're going to do are entertain any questions, and again,